Hello there, and welcome back to Cuckoo for Books. Today, I have another haul for you guys. I just want to put a disclaimer. I didn't buy all these books at once, even though that's not completely impossible, because that is something I would do. But I bought these books over the span of the Burr months. Since September, I've been pooling all these books and getting ready for a fall haul. We don't have fall in the Philippines, but I could think of nothing to rhyme it with. Burr month's haul sounded too weird. So here you guys go. This is my fall haul, and we'll start right away because there's a lot. There's a lot of books. First up on my haul is The Dead Girls of Hysteria haul. It's by Katie Allender, who, as you guys know, I love. She's amazing, and she just writes horror so well. I would say this is one of her scarier books to date. It's set in an asylum, and there are ghosts, and it's just all cool and creepy and lovely. If you guys see this, make sure to pick it up because it's a great Halloween read. Next book I got on my haul was Blood and Salt by Kim Liggett. Our heroine is Ash Larkin, and her mom grew up in this sort of cult spiritual commune in the middle of Kansas that no one can find, so it's like the Bermuda Triangle. And she grew up away from that, but because of a turn of events, she has to return to the cult and scary things ensue. Of course, my fall haul wouldn't be complete without my Queen of Shadows purchase, and I already did a review on this, and if you want to check that out, you can click over here. And there's nothing I can say about this book that hasn't already been said worldwide. A hit phenomenon. You all know Sarah J. Maas. You all know Queen of Shadows. No need to introduce that, so I got that. Next book I got was The Serpent and the Pearl by Kate Quinn. Kate Quinn is one of those authors that I've always seen on the bookshelves. You know, it's sort of that book you always see like, I'm gonna read you someday. She's also an author who has like a bajillion books on the shelf, so you don't even know where to start. So I had to do a bit of research, and so I decided to start with her book one of her Borgia series. I don't know if you know, the family in Italy. That's what that's about. I also wanted to go back to reading more historical fiction books, so I thought this was gonna be a good addition to my library. Also, the cover's so pretty. Look at that, with a pretty girl in the pretty gown and the pretty background. It was so pretty. Next book is Dark Shimmer by Donna Jo Napoli. She's one of those legendary old authors who keep pumping out YA books, and they're always critically acclaimed, and so I wanted to go back to reading her. I've only read one book of hers. I think this is a Snow White retelling from the point of the evil queen. It's set in a sort of a quasi-Italian setting, sort of like The Young Elites. Okay, so this one I already read, and I already had the art copy of it, but I wanted to get the official published edition, and that is Leigh Bardugo's Six of Crows. Again, I've already done my review on this, which you can click on right over here if you want to watch me fangirl over this book. The reason why I wanted to get the published edition and not just stick with the ARC is because, look, these black pages is so cool. Next one I got was not a YA book. It is Pretty Girls by Karen, that's her last name, Karen Slaughter? That's really creepy. I think it's supposed to be written in the vein of Gone Girl and Gillian Flynn books with, you know, disappearances and murders and everyday people dealing with death and conspiracy and murders and all that. Her sister disappeared like 20 years ago, and then now currently her husband died, so they're trying to like see how those two incidents sort of tie together, so that's supposed to be interesting. I don't know why I just hit the book like that, but it makes a nice sound. Another fairy tale retelling I got for this haul is Ash and Bramble by Sarah Prineas. It's a Cinderella retelling, but the godmother is evil, I think, and it's supposed to be sort of a darker, grittier tale of Cinderella. A book I've been waiting for a really long time, and one that I've heard about from everyone, and it sounds really good, is The Scorpion Rules by Erin Bow. There's royalty, but it seems like it's a dystopian universe, so I like it when those two plot points mix together. So it's dark and it's action and it's gritty and violent, but at the same time there are princesses. If you want to rule, you must give one of your children as a hostage. Go to war and your hostage dies. So I think that all the princesses are stuck in this school, and they're all just being hostage. They're all being held hostage so that their king and queen mothers and fathers don't go to war. So that's interesting, and I really like the cover. It's almost felty, like it's like shiny, and then I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just groping books now. Inappropriate, Salvin. Another book that I've been waiting for a really long time is Danielle Vega's Survive the Night. I remember reading in the acknowledgements of The Merciless is that she thanked her husband and said something like, hold tight, the next one's gonna be even scarier. So of course I was thinking, oh my gosh, when is this next book gonna come out and what's it gonna be like? And it's finally here, and it's called Survive the Night, and it is quite literally about surviving the night. I think they go underground in a subway and then get into all kinds of hijinks. Next book I got was Edgewater by Courtney Shainmel. It's supposed to be one of those books about family, secrets, history, living in an old house, and inheritance, and stories like that, and I really like those stories. It was one of those, I've never heard about it before I saw it in the bookstore, but when I read the summary, I was totally intrigued and had to have it. Next book I got is something I never knew was out either, and it is Once Upon a Time, Red's Untold Tale. Now, I am a huge fan of the Once Upon a Time TV show, especially of the character Red, and I'm so glad that she's coming back this season. I think there were rumors that she was, or like she tweeted it, and I'm really excited to see her character come back. And I'm really excited to read this and another book with black pages. Another trend? Next book I got is another book that I've been waiting for a really long time, and it is A Madness So Discreet by Mindy McGinnis, and I'm so excited to read this. I love historical era novels, and I love asylum settings, and this has got both. I like asylum settings better than haunted house settings because as far as I know, I'm not living in an asylum. I am living in a house. I don't want to think that my house could be haunted. Reading about asylums is okay because I don't live anywhere near one. The next book I got is a sequel. I reread the first book to sort of prep myself, and I still haven't posted my review because I am a lazy little turd like that. But it is The White Rose by Amy Ewing, and it's a follow-up to her book The Jewel. And of course, I don't want to say too much about it because for those of you who haven't read the first book yet, I don't want to spoil anything. If you don't know The Jewel, it's The Selection meets the Chemical Garden trilogy meets Delirium meets Hunger Games, and it's just a really, really cool world that she builds. So out of all the books on this list, I was really happy to get this one, and the thing was, I would check for this book all the time in the YA section, and it was never there, so I figured, okay, maybe they just don't have it in stock. And then I thought about it, and I was like, dude, boy, stupid mistake. I forgot that this book was published as a middle grade novel, so I moseyed on down to the middle grade section, and lo and behold, I found it, and it's A Curious Tale of the In-Between by Lauren DiStefano. I've been waiting for it for forever. Lauren DiStefano is one of my favorite authors, despite me not knowing how to pronounce her name, but I love her, and she's been tweeting and Instagramming about this book all the way up to its release, and I didn't get it when it first came out. It's been out for like 3 months now, but I'm so excited that I have it, and is this not the prettiest cover you've ever seen? And even the back has artwork, and then I'm just gonna open it up. Even the pretty. Second to the last book I got. I've been waiting for this for a really long time, up to the point where I was wondering, is it ever gonna be made? Like, I see and read about it a lot, but I don't see a release date, or it's been going on for forever. And it's Black Widow Forever read by Margaret Stoll, and I'm so happy. One, because I love Margaret Stoll. I think she's an amazing, funny writer who is, like, aside from her writing ability, is also so kind and funny. I was able to meet her when she came to the Philippines, gosh, like almost 3 years ago. And she was in charge of making Natasha Romanoff's story from the Avengers. So this is supposed to be a prequel to her story before she joined the Avengers and joined up with the S.H.I.E.L.D. And who wouldn't love a Black Widow story? I know if you're an Avengers fan, you've been waiting for probably a billion years for Black Widow to get her own movie, but in the meantime, we get a book series, and I'm really, really excited to read this. Last book I got for this haul is What We Saw by Erin. Hartzler. Teen party gone wrong, and then charges were made, criminal charges, and it talks about complicity and how staying quiet could actually make you an accomplice, and speaking up and telling the truth, and it all sounds so very Law and Order Special Victims Unit. I watch that shit like 24/7. This book sounds like it's for fans of that series. Again, for the millionth time, you can probably make a drinking game out of how many times in this video I've said I'm excited to read this, but I am excited to read this, so there. It's not my fault that I don't have enough eyes to read like 10 books at once, because if I could, I would. Too many books in the world. So that's it for today. Going through these books, I was like, dude, this is embarrassing. You have way too many books. You are never gonna read this. This is just like so too much. It's too much. But at the same time, I'll be unhauling a great number of books, and if you haven't noticed by now, as seen in my background, I take very, very good care of my books, and I don't throw them away if I really love them. I mean, like, I've had my books, the books I've had since I was 6 years old, so I would say buying books is always worth it for me. It's not something I throw away or treat lightly, and I'm just trying to defend my actions right now because I'm quite embarrassed that I have so many books in my haul. Anyway, that is it for my fall haul. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can leave a comment down below which your favorite book of this haul was. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, both at Cuckoo for Books, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Why did that get really high? But bye!